Well, hello guys, this is Miss Lax, giving you guys another message to my subscribers that like what I have to say, like my messages. No telling where my mind goes at time. I just spit out whatever comes to mind and heart. Um, so, I was just doing some random thinking after my last message and on different issues. So I'm just going to speak about different issues, whatever comes up. Okay. First issue I do want to talk about is how people that is on drugs or people that have some kind of issue in their life, I want to address the caregivers and the people that is there or have been there for these type of particular individuals. You have been the person by their side, there when you need them, when they call, when they don't have nobody else to talk to. You've been that armor, you've been that anchor. And I don't know about you, but I know I feel this way. You feel as if you should be feeling guilty about their choices and their decisions that they make. And I'm here to let you know that you are okay and to free yourself from their choices and decisions that they made. Nobody, of course, wants the worst for a person. If anything, you want the best for the person, especially a loved one. But it is not right for someone that is irresponsible, someone knowingly being irresponsible, someone making a choice, their own personal choice and decision to do drugs. That is not your fault. That is not your guilt. And these type of individual people will deliberately do things to make you feel like you've done something wrong to them. Okay? And you have done nothing wrong but wanted the best for them. Right? And somehow they get to communicating with other people, and somehow you turn out looking like you're the bad person because probably you're telling this person, hey, I think that you need rehab. I think that you need to maybe stop buying, stop smoking. I think that maybe you need to take care of your own kid. I think that maybe you need to pay your child support. I think that everything that you're saying is telling the person do the right thing. But they come across to when you're speaking this to them as if you're telling them something wrong, and they're getting mad at the fact that you're telling them something right, especially if they come to you and ask for your opinion. You're going to tell them, we got too many people already sugarcoating, and some people, they want you to sugarcoat. Basically, you don't want me to tell you the truth. You don't want me to tell you how I feel, so why would you come to me about what's my opinion? What you think? Because I'm going to tell you. Right? So that's one issue that I wanted to address. You're not guilty for somebody else's drug use. Okay? You're not guilty even if the person didn't realize what they was using. Okay? Now that they discovered that something ain't right with them, it is up to them at the end of the day to seek the help, right? Because if you know that you're not feeling like your normal self, okay, and you think that there's a possibility that somebody slipped you something, you need to go get help. You need to seek help. You should never be afraid to get help for yourself. Or you need to tell somebody close to you that I need help. These type of individual people act like they're too prideful to tell your loved one. You don't have no problem with telling them off. Tell your loved one that, hey, I think I need to go get help for myself. And there's nothing to feel embarrassed about. And I'm quite sure that your loved one is not going to hate you. If anything, they're going to congratulate you for, first of all, admitting that there's something wrong. Okay? And then being responsible for your own issues. Right? So that's one issue that kept coming to mind. And I had to deal with personally. And damn near everything that I talk about, because it's a deal that either had to come from my own personal life or personal things that happens in my life with family members or what I come across in life, right? So that's one issue. Stop putting your guilt and your blame on me. Really, seriously. I'm not around this. I'm not around you when you're buying your drugs. I'm not around you when you're having sex with another female or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like if a guy is cheating on a woman and he blames you for his action, you were never around. Yeah, how can you blame me? And I wasn't the one cheating, you was. So, nope, I dumped that right back on you. Nope, dump your issues right back on you. I'm not carrying that. I got enough load of my own. I'll be there for moral support and do the best I can. But at the end of the day, wow, I got a lot on my plate too. I got a lot on my shoulders too. Heavy load. And sometimes people that is self-centered and self-focused, just all about them, narcissistic, self-centered, self-focused, everybody do things wrong to them. They do no wrong to other people. They cut the emotions of you, of what you're feeling, off. As if you don't exist, as if you don't matter. Right? But they want you to give your all to them. And at the end of the day, if I purge you of my all, I won't have oxygen to breathe on my own. Does that make sense? I personally will not have oxygen to breathe on my own for my own life. Because I don't give everything to you. You don't suck everything out. Drain me like a vampire. Okay? And then they go. It's like some of these people, it's like they're damaged everything around them. Sabotage everyone and everything around them, and they're gone. Okay? Gone. Now you're dealing with the aftermath. And what made it so bad, what makes it so bad, they're gone and left you feeling guilty like you did something wrong. And they have no accountability. That's another issue. Accountability. It's like accountability. Like, I always used to get upset when people always used to blame and come hard down on single parents, especially single mothers. And the school will call you off your job. You're working. You're trying to provide housing, clothing, all the adult responsibility and taking care of children. And you got the school calling you over some bull crap. Okay? You got the school calling you. And they're coming down hard on you. Never once do they call the absent parent the one that decide to run away, bail out on adult responsibility, take care of your own children. You know what I'm saying? You're always the one, that they give the attitude with. And it's like, do you not see what I'm doing? I'm not having my children off on taxpayers. I'm working and I'm trying to take care of my own children. Okay? Do you see what I'm doing? Can you hear what I'm saying? Okay? This go for single moms and single dads. Because there are some moms that have walked away from their calling to be a mother. And dads have had to pick up the load because of it. Right? So, accountability. Then I'm going to move on, because it's not going to be a long video. Then I'm going to move on to another issue on top of my head. Fathers that have abandoned ship, maybe for years, got out of being, got out of doing the whole parenting thing and going through the whole teenager phase and, dealing with the kids, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whoa, years passed. Now the children are grown adults. And daughters is seeking men for love because absent dad, gone. Or never wanted to track them down to at least show I care. I do care. It's not about a matter of words, okay? It's a matter of action to show I care for my children. I care about my children, okay? There's a lot of men that walked out on their children while they was young. Now their children are grown. If you have a grown child that is willing to accept you back in their life, I think that it's more than just being a social media type of dad. Video chat with them, text message them on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. That's not a relationship. If you are truly a dad or a father, if that's what some want to call themselves, you are going to still be concerned about the best interests of my child, right? The best interests. You are going to make sure that she's safe or he's safe if you're a real dad. You're going to make sure that they're safe. A lot of women have had some abusive men in their life, and those men have been able to get away with doing anything that they want to some of the young women because dad, a real dad, wasn't there for them. Because back in the days, a real dad will meet you with a shotgun or a gun or something in his hand. They're going to want to know information about you. Where you come from, who your family. Where you taking her. Right? Now some use the excuse, oh, she a grown-ass woman. He's a grown-ass man. Yep, sure is. But it's something about the child in them never grow up. That child inside of them still yearns, whether people want to admit it or not, for their mother or their father. That's why some grown adult children go searching for their biological parents, because they want to know. They want to know you. And you're a sorry excuse for a dad or a mother when they have reached grown adult years and you're still acting like there's some kind of contagious disease. You're still, if I was a dad especially a dad with money or connection, I would be, my daughters, whether they like it or not, would be under surveillance. Yes, I would. I would, because at the end of the day, it's like I would be the type of dad that if I find out that you done did something to my daughter, I'm going to track you down. You know, fathers need to get back in line, alignment. It doesn't matter about the years. You know, some dads use that as an excuse. Wake the hell up. God gave you another opportunity to make it right by your children. And He prepared their hearts, not to be hard and bitter against you, like some children are towards their absent mother or their absent dad. And as they get older, they don't need you to be absent. You've been absent for some years. They don't need you to be absent. They need you to be down for them. They want to know that you also got my back too. Without, of course, talking bad about the parent that stayed in there and did their best. They probably wasn't perfect, but they did their best, and they was full-grown adult soldiers to hang in there with their children and to work like a responsible adult and to try to do their best to provide for their children. And for all the other irresponsible absentee parents, mother and father, you have no right to be talking down against the parents that stayed and handled the responsibility. You have no rights to open your mouth in any type of negative way to talk any mess about the parent, the mother or the father that stayed and raised the children. Whether they did a bad job or a good job, they stayed. They didn't run. They didn't run for years. And then after years, the only thing that you could do is Facebook or text message or Twitter your children, and you have the audacity to want to talk about their mother or their father? Are you kidding me? Did you wake up in the middle of the night changing diapers, burping the baby? Did you wake up and had to go to work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? Because I know I did. Taking them to daycare, money coming out of my pocket, $450 a week. Giving me a hard time because I'm being a single parent and I'm trying to do my best to raise my children on my own. How dare anybody have the audacity to say anything disrespectful, critical about me as a mother and a single mother that stayed and stayed for the grandkids? How dare anybody have the audacity to open up their mouth up against me? When I never ran, I stood like a soldier. And I went through the good, bad, and the ugly with the children. I don't think that the absentee parent have any room whatsoever to open up their mouth, him or her, to open up your mouth and say anything derogatory and negative about that man or that woman that had to go buy the shoes, the clothes, the diapers, the milk, that had to sit up there and wipe the running nose, change the nasty diapers, and all of that. That's another issue. Single parents deserve their respect. The ones that should be disrespected are the ones that left their children on taxpayers, including the single parent. Other people had to pay for your kids. A couple of times I was on and off welfare. That was taxpaying money. Taxpayer money. How dare you have the audacity to say anything derogatory up against my name and up against me as a woman, as a grandmother, and as a real human being, parent, mother. If you're going to be absent then. Don't Facebook. Don't Twitter. Don't mess with their mind and thinking that they're going to have a solid relationship with you and still be absent when they're going through some real life hard reality shit and they can't talk to their mom. So they may need to talk to their dad and you're still absent. Giving them some Bible quote little cliches is not being there showing nothing. It's not showing love for them. How dare you open up your mouth up against me as a parent? And I helped raise 3 of my grandchildren. That means that even after they was grown, I still sacrificed my time, my money, and my energy because I love them and I love my grandchildren. That's the call of being selfless, not selfish, not narcissistic, self-centered, selfish. But I gave more of me.